Delegate Edelson, who's come in for his second year at the summit, I believe. I remember introducing you last year, and it was a pleasure, and it also is again this year. Delegate Edelson, an attorney, has represented Baltimore City's District 46 since 2023. He serves on the House Appropriations Committee and is vice chair of its Transportation and Environment Subcommittee, a really important committee here. A proven leader, Delegate Edelson championed the Fair Fares Act and the Lots Funding Act, ensuring equitable access to transportation across Maryland. He continues fighting for more sustainable, fair, and connected future for all residents. And with that, Delegate Edelson, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Matt. It is great to be with you all again. For some reason, I feel like this is my third year at the summit, but maybe my second. Time's still a bit of a flat circle for me. But it's great to see everybody again. I am so excited to let you know that myself and Senator Shelley Heddleman will be reintroducing the TCA, Transportation and Climate Alignment Act, again this year. I know that this is a priority bill for so many of our incredible environmental organizations, Sierra Club, League of Conservation Voters, CCAN, and many others. With your support, I am confident that we will be able to get it over the finish line this year. We were very, very close in the Senate last year. We've been working with some incredible partners to build up the momentum again for the bill this year. So just to talk about a couple of the facts and details of the bill to sort of remind everybody what this one does. This is the bill that really looks at our long range significant infrastructure projects within the CTP, the Consolidated Transportation Program set about by MDOT, the Department of Transportation, and this will really focus and realign our investments in the Consolidated Transportation Program on things like public transit, walking, biking infrastructure, solar, TOD, as opposed to just building out this massive, expansive network of highways that we've been doing for decades that at the end of the day has really destroyed our rural communities. It's resulted in more congestion, more frustration with people on our roads, more accidents and unfortunately fatalities, and of course, much more pollution. And so we're trying to reset that mentality and have our friends at MDOT really working on focusing our investments on things that are going to help people get from A to B, as opposed to just focusing our policies on vehicles. And so it's going to do things like save people time from sitting in traffic, as you can see. It's going to give people more affordable options to get to work, to school, to other destinations, and critically, as my good friend Joe Vogel just mentioned, reduce harmful pollution, which our future generations are going to be extremely thankful for. And it's going to do something that is so necessary. And I think about this every day as someone who represents District 46. I have incredible neighborhoods like Cherry Hill, Westport, Lakeland, Mount Winans, Curtis Bay, Brooklyn in my district. These are historically overburdened and underserved communities that unfortunately have been the recipients of some of our worst environmental and transportation policies over the years. They have to deal with all of the pollutants in their neighborhoods, and they don't get the benefits of an improved transportation system. And so the other critical piece of the TCA is that it's going to really focus our investments in our overburdened and underserved communities. A couple nuts and bolts on how it works is that it will have MDOT, the Department of Transportation, do an assessment on the greenhouse gas emissions increases, the VMT increases of any new massive, highway expansion projects over $100 million, and it will then have them take that information and actualize it in a real way. So if the assessment shows that the project is going to have a net effect of increasing greenhouse gas emissions, then it will require them to either slow down the project, halt the project, alter the project so that it doesn't have the same greenhouse gas emissions impact, or build a sister project. And there's a whole list of potential sister projects that will result in netting out the greenhouse gas emissions as a result of the project that they are building. And obviously, this can be things like transit projects, walking and biking infrastructure, solar projects, TOD, land use, all of these things that will ultimately focus us in a better direction. So it really has like these two conceptual pieces to it. One is that it'll have MDOT doing the assessments on these projects so that we as legislators and stakeholders can have the real data to understand exactly how these projects are going to impact our climate. But two, it's going to automatically have the effect of bumping projects up in the priority chain that will lessen the climate pollutant impact of many of our projects. So this is going to help our rural communities. I've spoken to so many folks in rural communities that have ADA accessibility projects and downtown networks that they're trying to rebuild with walking and biking infrastructure and things that they're trying to do to help connect people to their downtowns that they're trying to revitalize. And these projects just cannot get high enough in the priority list to get funding in our CTP. And these folks are so excited to know that if we can pass the TCA, it is these kinds of projects that will get higher up in the priority list and get funding because they will be doing exactly what the TCA is looking to have us do and move closer towards projects across the CTP, frankly, major expansion projects, but also everything in the minor program that all has this mindset of, are we helping to move Marylanders? Are we making it easier for people to get around? Are we reducing car expenses? Are we reducing congestion? Are we reducing roadway fatalities and injuries? And are we reducing pollution? And in so doing, it's also going to have significant benefits on job opportunities and on economic development because you're going to have a lot more people who can access those jobs and investment coming into our neighborhoods. That wouldn't have happened before. And as Lindsay just popped up in the chat, there was a recent op-ed in Maryland Matters that makes the public health case for the TCA. So there's so many reasons, as you all know, for us to be getting big, important, meaty pieces of legislation like this over the finish line and onto the governor's desk for signature because they will make Maryland a better state for generations to come. And that's why I'm so excited to work on it with Senator Hedelman and with all of you. I'm hoping this is the final year that we have to work on it because this is the year that we get it over the finish line, get it signed and into law and make it happen. But if it isn't, I commit to you that I will be doing this until we get it signed by the governor.
I appreciate that. I like a good, strong commitment like that and hard work put behind it. That means a lot. Another bill that we'll see again this year, and I see Lindsay's on, and I just want to give Lindsay a chance to see if she wants to pop on and say anything. I see that she put the link in the chat there for the Maryland Matters article. Lindsay?
Yeah, thanks so much. The only thing I'll add is that this legislation was modeled after bills that successfully passed in Minnesota and Colorado. And in Colorado, some of the benefits is it actually shifted investment away from 2 highway expansion projects to 5 bus rapid transit projects in the Denver area. And it's projected to save commuters $40 billion by 2050. So lots of benefits that consumers will see as well from this.
That's great. Well, thank you both so much for bringing this legislation forward and for helping all of us understand how we can get involved, what the impacts of this are, and the benefits to Marylanders if this were to pass. I think it's really important that we recognize those.